What's up, everybody? Okay, in today's one, we've got I quite like this one. This is a new pack, Glamour or whatever. We'll have a look at it. And this one makes them beautiful girls, beautiful girls. Its whole point is to make a lot of different kind of beautiful girls with makeup and everything. And then we're going to bring it inside of Unreal Engine, and I'll show you how to bring it inside of Unreal Engine, your creation from a beautiful girl inside of Unreal Engine. All right, hope it helps. So this is the pack that we're going to be looking at. This HD Glamor MIXER. Currently it's $200 on a sale. Well, you get 6 characters, and you get a ton of things for them, which is, I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's see what it's like. You get all the shapes for Actor Mixer. You get a lot of stuff. Let's have a look at what it's like. So in here you get your Glamour. Once you've downloaded it, you get your 6 people, and let's take a little look at what it's like. I'm going to click on one of these, and I'm going to load one of the avatars, and this is what you get. You get a character. Let's have a look with the makeup. Details are on 2K. Okay, let's see what you get in the pack. You get the actor, you get the actor mixer. So these are all the things that you can use for actor mixer, which is cool. I mean, the more you have of these, the more characters you can make. You get the skin. There's the 2Ks, and here's the 4Ks. There's the raw, and there's the makeup, or whatever this is. I don't know. Let's drag it on and see what the big difference is. Okay, cool. So you can already see the changes there. And here's the makeup skin. Let's drag that one on. Let's have a look what that changes. That. Okay, massive difference. Massive difference. That's looking pretty good. Wow. Okay, so then you get your makeup. You can add your makeup and stuff to her. You get the hair. Okay, there's no actual hair, there's eyebrows. And you can swap and interchange all of them. So each one of these, you can take a different one. You can take their hair and you can slap it on, and it all works. Cool. Okay, so you get the skin of this one. Here's the 4K. If you want, you can change this one out, put onto her. Okay, so you can swap and change skins around, which is pretty cool. You can also take the makeups and change those around. You can use whatever with whatever. And you get different results, which is pretty cool. Nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. So that's the skin. Now if you go into your skin editor over here, and you go to the makeup section, and then you go to the makeup part of each one of these, you'll get this, which things start to get interesting. Then you can add this on, and look at that, Ari, under the makeup. So not really the skin, nope, under the makeup you'll get all of these things which start creating the makeup of each and every one. So this entire makeup, you can have the full makeup, you put it on, and you get all the layers that make up her makeup, which means you can go in and you can start changing everything about these caricatures. You can start from the first one, and you can start just refining exactly the way you want it. So here's the foundation. You can add whatever you. Ooh, okay, let's go a little bit higher. Start adding the next one. You can delete, you can take them off, you can do whatever you want with these. There's the shine. Look at that. This is insane. This is cool. Here's more highlights. Let's see what we can get. Oh, it's the chin. Look at that, Ari. It's the chin. I put a little bit on the chin. Can you imagine that Ari wakes up to this every morning? He'll be a happy man, isn't it? Okay, there, look at that. Okay, so everything is individualized. That's cool. That is really cool. I like that. This is something that's kind of been missing, like a real accurate version of getting your makeup on and having absolute control over it. Now this is something that's very welcome. This is something Daz doesn't have, which is cool. And I quite like this. This is cool. Absolute control. Reallusion also didn't have this. You had to do it yourself. So this is pretty cool. I like this, where you can go in and you can start creating the exact look you want, and it's in the places That is cool. It's all in separate places, which gives you absolute control over the stuff. And that is cool. See that? Or that. I kind of like that, a little bit in between. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just fast forwarding it and just testing out all the different kinds of makeups. There's so many layers here, you can create pretty much any look you want, which is pretty cool. Colors, whatever you want, it's all there. It's actually pretty nice. And here's the other thing, if you go into somebody else and you go into their makeup, you can drag and drop this entire makeup onto your character and you can either add it or replace it. And it'll just either replace everything or it'll add everything. Was this the one that I had before? Yes, it was the one I had before. Okay, so if I go to somebody like this and go to their makeup, drag it on, you will get the different results of each character. Let's go to one more and just see what theirs is like, if it changes a hell of a lot. Okay, so each one has their own style of makeup, which is pretty damn cool, huh? Wow, that's cool. And then once again, you can go in, you can change everything about them, get exactly what you want. Let's put some hair on this thing. Okay, so you got a bunch of makeups. You can get kind of the look that you're looking for, which is really nice, detailed, cool, pretty damn cool. Let's get on to the actor mixer. So I'll deactivate this over here. And I'm just over here changing her color of her hair. And let's see if we can get anything good. Okay, so I'm just speeding this up, getting the hair looking good, adding a couple of lights, which you can change. It comes free with CC5 and getting ready. Okay, let's go on to actor core. Where is it? Where is it, Jimmy? Where is the damn thing? Let's go to scene, click your character, actor mixer. Sorry, actor mixer, current, yes, and start it up. Now, once you get this, here's where the power of it. Let's just stick with head for now. So we want to choose the heads, and then we can go find the characters. So every one of these characters you can put in here. Let me just see if it's under here. Mixer core, urban character, glamour mixer. There it is. So they've actually got a preset for it, which is awesome. And they've got this right in there, and you can just click the head and Glamor MIXER, yeah, and you can start it up. Because remember, in each one of these characters, if you go in them, you get an actor mixer folder, and you get all the parts, the bodies, the ears, everything that makes up that character, you get here. So if I can start mixing, I've got all 6 characters here, and you can start changing the face into whichever character you want, or in betweens. So this is pretty cool. I kind of liked, no, somewhere, something like that is really cool. Boom, nice. Okay, first always pause it. Make sure that these are all on the glamour. So if you click on all of these beforehand, glamour mixer, just make sure these are all in the glamour mixer beforehand. If you want it to be there, if you want to use the glamour, you can mix it with any of these things, but if they're all in the glamour mixer, we're good to go. Also characters, you can go up here and just click it to the character, and bodies, but we're not too worried about the bodies now. And then what you can do is you can start here, start mixing, and then you can start going in between the morphs, and then you can start designing whatever you want, Jimmy. I quite like those eyes. Let's see what about the nose. Can you imagine if Ari woke up to this? He would die. I think, what's going on? Why is Margaret looking like she's a human being? Okay, and with that you can just keep checking your model, see how things. This is the mouth. This is really cool, man. And then you can do any kind of combination in between, right? I think this one was kind of cute. Something like, yeah, something like in the middle of these two. It's cool. Then you can go to your, whatever the hell that is. What is it? It's a jaw. It's a jawline. And you can start messing with these. Very cool. I kind of like this one. A little bit off that one. Cool. Ears, don't really care. Or don't really care about this. Let's just give her a little cute ears. Something like there, in the middle there. And then that noggin flogging. What kind of noggin does she need? Something cute. Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah. Boom. And then obviously you can do this with the entire character as well. So you can change the entire character to what it is with their bodies including. So let's say I'm happy with what it is there, but I want to change her body. I can go to Glamour Girls. Glamour Girls, just change all of these so you don't have to go back. It's easier if you want to just start messing with it. And then over here you can just start mixing. And you can go get that perfect little body in it. Let's see here what we got. That's cool. Something combination like that's pretty cool. Something like that. That's cool. I like that, Jimmy. And what's this? Okay, these are the proportions. That's cool. You can change proportions of certain things. Okay. I want it kind of short. Yeah, I'll leave it. And then this is the... What is this, Jimmy? Okay, this is the whole structure of the body. Cool. Yeah, something like that. That's cool. Right, and that's it. I mean, you get a really damn good looking character. That's quite crazy. Wow. I like it. Once again, you can change everything about these characters if you want to. Wicked. Alright, let's put some clothes on her. And so this is dressed, and pretty damn cool. There we go. This is just like a test animation. You can press play and you can choose what kind of motion you want here. But there it is. All looking very, very cool indeed. And now let's take this over to Unreal Engine. Okay, so once you got your full character, it's all working, hair's going, there we go, everything's looking good. Let's take this into Unreal Engine, right? How you do this, and we know this, is you make sure your character's selected, file, export, and you're going to take the FBX, and you're going to say clothed character. From here, you're going to make sure it's Unreal 5 skeleton if you're Unreal 5. We want just the mesh, we want the HD character, we'll chuck through a sub D1, and that is it. We'll use smooth mesh, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Export this, say OK, find a place to put it, and just hit save. Okay, that's all. Once you're done, okay, once you got this set up, go into Unreal Engine, just make a folder for Artie, and just drag this in. Right? If you drag it in, icon setup. If you've got this whole setup set up in Unreal Engine, all of this thing will pop up. You need it to pop up. This is the Reallusion. What is it called? Character created to iClone to whatever. It's Reallusion to Unreal Setup. It's easy to install. Look it up. Go do it. And then just click on this include rig and just say OK. That's it. Okay, then you'll get something like this. Make sure you got import morph targets on. And that is it. That's all you need to do here. You can leave the skeleton blank and just say import. Boom. And this, my friends, is what it looks like inside of Unreal Engine. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's do some lighting. I'm also going to chuck it into a sequencer, set up a camera, and do slide animation. I'll put some motion capture on her so we can see what she looks like. Now, remember, if you want to see any of this, I got videos on how to animate characters, CC characters, metahuman characters. It's all the same. I've got them all in my channel. Go have a look. How to animate things. If this is something you'd like to know more about, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this. Look how wicked they look, man. They look awesome, dude. Alright, have a good one. Bye, guys.